guys, my name is Tyler Hebert. I'm an ACSM certified personal trainer and headmaster of the Strength Academy. Today, we're talking about plateaus and how to beat them. So if you've been lifting for any length of time, you've probably hit a point where you're just not making the same level of progress. Unfortunately, that's part of the game. So there's two main reasons why we hit plateaus. First, you're probably not recovered enough to perform at the level required. You just can't grind out those money reps anymore. Now, this can be from lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or accumulated stress. Stress can be physical or mental. So, identifying areas of stress is just step one. You have to go about mitigating them too. So, spend a couple weeks, get a little more sleep, dial in your nutrition, mitigate stress, try meditating. And if that still doesn't work, it's time to deload. Deload is just a period of time, typically a training week, where you just decrease the intensity, decrease the volume. So if you were doing 5x5, heavy as possible, knock that down to 3x5 at maybe 70%. That'll get you enough time to recover while still maintaining your skills. Now, here's the bad day. If the deload doesn't work, if you go through the deload, you're diligent about your nutrition, your sleep, your stress, and you get stuck right at the same point, well, now you got to change the stimulus. Your body adapts to any given stimulus over time. So it's going to require more stimulus to get the same result. But there is a point where you hit limits. If you add more stimulus, it's impossible to recover by the next workout. At this point, you have to change. You have to flip the script. So if you're going for strength and you can't get past that one number, whatever, that 500-pound deadlift, you're just stuck. Well, you can move over to a hypertrophy stimulus. So you're activating the muscles in a completely different way. Now, we typically just do this with rep range. So instead of doing your 5x5, well, you just drop it on down to maybe 3x10. You're slowly going to increase the volume over time. And then, after a good block of that, you're resensitized to that original stimulus. Now, this is all part of good programming. You can program your way around plateaus, but if you're still learning how your body reacts to different stimuli, this is going to become part of the process. So, switching between strength and hypertrophy blocks is a good way to prevent plateaus. And some people can do 2 strength blocks for every 1 hypertrophy block, whatever. You got to find what works for you. Now, what if only one of my lifts is plateaued? Do I have to change the stimulus for all of them? Absolutely not. You can have different rep ranges for different lifts at the same time. And if you've ever seen someone coming back from an injury, this is exactly what they do. They'll go very high rep range on the injured body part to help build up that foundation of stress, the foundation of strength. And then they'll just do whatever with the rest of their body. So you can pick and choose, you can customize. It's your training, it's your body. Now, what if your plateau isn't on a lift? What if it's with your diet, your nutrition, your weight loss, your weight gain? Now, if your plateau is with your weight loss or weight gain, the same principles are going to hold true. Now, you're going to double check your nutrition numbers, make sure you're not snacking without tracking and all that. And then you're going to make sure you're getting enough sleep. You're going to check whether you need to add to your training. And you're going to mitigate stress. If you've done all this and you're still stuck, your measurements aren't changing, the scale isn't changing, now's the time for a maintenance phase. Maintenance phase is just going back up to maintenance calories. Whatever your total daily expenditure is, you're going to match that. You're going to roll back the stress on your training. You're not trying to hit any PRs or, get the maximum pump. You got to take it down a notch. I'm not saying go easy. Still attack your training. Don't set any new records during this time. This is for recovery. Now, your body has just gotten used to either your caloric surplus or your deficit. So going to the maintenance phase typically results in a couple pounds difference. Most likely water weight, nothing to worry about. But it should stabilize. And if it doesn't, stay on the maintenance phase until it does. That can be a sign of, diet fatigue. Now, doing this every so often in your nutritional goals is really good to prevent that extreme diet fatigue. When you start having dreams about food, that's probably time to hit a maintenance phase. This is just taking a knee, a little bit of rest. You're not giving up. Your weight isn't going to change drastically like if you went on a binge session. So, this is a very useful tool to help you rest and recover, and then you can attack the diet all over again. I usually do this for 3 or 4 weeks, but let those body indicators tell you, hey, if I'm still stressed about food, maybe I need to take a couple more weeks. Or you should be chomping at the bit, ready to attack your goals. That's when you know. When you're sick and tired of just sitting there waiting, you're done with the maintenance. Get after it. So there is the possibility that you're hitting this plateau because you've hit your genetic limit. That is so unlikely that it's almost not worth discussing, because it requires you to be competing at a high level for a long period of time to ever get there. You're not genetically fat. You're not genetically small. It can start that way. You're not doomed to that reality forever. Your choices dictate your results. So, choose to use a few tools before you give up on yourself. Now, if you've gone through some plateaus in the past and you've gotten through them, let me know how you did. Let me know what worked, what didn't work. And if you're going through a plateau right now, put it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's get you back to crushing your goals. That's all I got for now. Be well and be strong.